Well, hey there, hi there, ho there. It's time for another Chubs Gone Wild. This is episode 451, recorded on July 5th, 2022, where it's 85 degrees and partly cloudy outside the Chubs Gone Wild remote studios. How are you, Tom?
Uh, Glad 4th of July is over.
Yes, yes. And we actually were just talking quite extensively about how it was a little better this year.
Yeah, it was better. I mean, as far as the fireworks went, it was better, and
Mm,
that our temperature has been great, so that you can't complain about that.
right. Definitely. Definitely. It's been so nice. I mean, in July to have what, 85,
It's
77.
Yeah, it's been 85 for about a week now. It'll be about 7 days because we have 2 more days of this,
Yeah.
but it never got higher than 86,
Mm,
and we actually got down into the mid 70s.
yeah. In
One of the
July, it's just brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. Okay. Well, it is 117 days till Halloween, which is shorter than you think, people. Come on, just a little over 3 months. 172 days until Christmas and 118 days until TJ Zombie Girl retires.
Hey, did you see Inventing Anna?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I've heard of
well,
it, but I haven't seen it.
yeah. If on Halloween, if I go to a Halloween party, I'm going to dress up like her.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, it's a simple, kind of a drab, um, like haircut, and then she wears glasses. But she's like you. When people come up to you, you can do this. Oh, you look so poor. Are you poor? Because you dress poor.
Uh-huh.
And you could just be mean the whole day. I think it'd be so much fun. It'd be kind of like being Brian.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's very interesting.
Just
Uh,
I've been thinking
yeah.
about Halloween. Thinking about Halloween.
Okay. Yeah. I kind of want to watch it, but at the same time, you guys, the way that you talked about it, I just
Oh, you don't you listen to Brian. I loved it.
okay.
It's so much fun. I never listen to Brian on anything. And sometimes he's right, but because he's so negative and
Uh-huh.
negative Nancy, he's such a negative Nancy. It's like he doesn't like Orville. He doesn't like the boys. He doesn't like
Man,
Stranger Things. Okay, then
how do you not like those things? I don't understand. I mean,
yeah.
I think
I
you have
mean,
to make yourself
they're
not like those.
they are made for you to like them.
Right. Okay. Well, okay, so yeah, we were just talking about July 4th and how this year, usually we have, at least in my neighborhood, we have like about 6 weeks where it's just kind of nonstop craziness. And then the day of, it goes from about 6 to 3 in the morning. No, it started about, I mean, they had a few here and there. And then I think about 8, 9 o'clock, they started. It was absolutely insane. It just never fucking stopped. The house never stopped shaking. The There's stuff all over the front yard from them down the street doing it. But then just a little bit after 11, it just stopped, period. There's just nothing.
Well, yeah, and it was weird because it started at, like you said, like around 8 o'clock, and it wasn't dark.
Right.
And they're of course those were you could I guess you can't tell if it's the explosion ones, but
Right.
you can all you do is hear the big ones,
Mm-hmm.
and they started at 8. I remember Sean's like, they can't even see the fireworks. It's not even dark. What's
Right.
going on?
Yeah.
And
And
ours it was pretty much on the hour. Started big at 8 o'clock, got worse at 9 o'clock, set up again at 10 o'clock, and then by 11 it was not much, and by midnight there was, I mean, I went to bed and it was like quiet.
yeah, I got into bed. I decided to skip my journaling and because I was falling asleep, I got into bed. I watched a movie, kind of half watched a movie, and then I fell asleep at midnight. I was just done. It's like, that's me. Good night. So yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk really quick here about Patreon, which offers folks a way to support creators and receive rewards not open to the general public, like, My Life in Fragments podcast, books, videos, and more. And we want to thank our current patrons, Clint, Nephi, Nick. Oh, Nick. DJ Sausage from the Universe. Eric, Sean, Charles, Brother Sinadis, Phoenix Dave, and Kingsley, and Moose P. And please visit patreon.com/Matt Burlingame if you want to see if you can be a patron for just as little as $1 a month. Yeah.
Did you see Moose is in Chicago this week?
I have, and he's been eating a lot.
Oh, really? We got stuff already?
Yeah. Oh, we have a lot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's 11.
8, 9, 10, 11 photos. Yes. And I'm just like, every time he emails something, I'm like, oh, that looks so good.
Well, hurry up. I want to get to it. Okay. Start.
Let's see. Today in history, on July 5th, 1946, French designer Louis Lureld unveiled a daring two-piece swimsuit at the Piscine Molière, a popular swimming pool in France. Well, there was a Persian showgirl named Micheline Bordolini, and she modeled the first new fashion, which Rild dubbed the bikini, inspired by the news-making U.S. atomic test that took place off of the Bikini Atoll in the Pacific Ocean earlier that week. So the bikini is named after an atomic test place.
I knew that.
I did not. But so today we celebrate the bikini. That's nice. All right. Well, let's see if we accidentally celebrated a holiday today, because we purposely celebrated one yesterday. Yes. Well, it is Bikini Day, so that makes sense. Also, it's Mechanical Pencil Day. I don't even know if I must have a pencil somewhere. Also, it's National Apple Turnover Day. Did you turn over your apples?
Oh, I love apple turnovers.
If they're good, not great big giant pieces, but
okay. If they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like bad apple turnovers. So you don't have to specify apple turnovers. They're good. If they're good, if they're bad, if they're bad. Okay, move on.
You're just asking for it. It's Graham Cracker Day. I like graham crackers if they're good.
Yeah, me too, if they're good. Graham crackers. Actually, I don't like when they get, it's weird, the humidity when it hits certain kinds of crunchy foods.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing worse than a soft graham cracker.
Yeah, I like a hard graham cracker that you dip in milk, and then when they have the cinnamon topping on them.
Okay.
So good. It's also National Workaholics Day.
Okay, so I'm not celebrating that.
Yeah, no. Well, I kind of am, but not right now. So it's all good. Now there are a bunch of multi events like clean beaches, bank accounts, cell phone courtesy, cord blood awareness. I'm not aware of that. Disability Pride, peaches. It's National Peach Month. Also, ice cream, hot dog, National HIV Awareness Month. Oh, I thought that was in June. Also, National Hemp Month. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also National Family Reunion Month, and a whole lot of others that we just don't have time for. Although, it is also air conditioning appreciation day. I really appreciate air conditioning. It is a blessing.
Well, yesterday when we were at our party,
yes,
Brian was mentioning that when he was a kid, they didn't have air conditioning.
That sucks. we didn't have any central. We always had that like one big unit that's stuck in some window.
Right.
But let me tell you, that was really, really wonderful. I used to like, no, I won't tell you that. Never mind.
Good.
Today's affirmation. What is today's affirmation? Today's affirmation is I am in touch with my inner guides who help me at every turn. Good one. I like that one. So, yeah. Today, we have some birthdays to celebrate. Let me see if I can find out which ones we'll pick. Oh, no, that was yesterday. We don't want that. Huh. Are you serious? I don't have any birthdays that are actually on today. That is bizarre. Well, upcoming birthdays. Happy birthday to Kaysen, Jackson, Patrick, Dean, author Max Walker, Kimberly, Bonnie, Val, Trip, Michelle, oh, the Gorgon from our Cinderella play. Also Edson. Oh, that's Sean Allen. We worked with him. He was our what the hell did he play? He was in Sorted Lives, but I don't remember the name of the part. Oh, and then we have Patricia. Patricia, she was our second Countess Dracula. It's absolutely wonderful. She sucked a lot of neck blood. It's beautiful. And we got a patron, Sean. Patron Sean's birthday is coming up. Yay! Thank you very much for being a patron. We hope that you have a really super happy birthday. And that's what we got for now. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I am.
Good. We need that. All right, we don't have anything in feedback this time. So it's time to send out some chub hugs. Who would you like to wrap your arms around, sir?
Well, I still want to send chub hugs out to the Ukraine folks that are being buried in the news underneath mass shootings and Trump going, to great lengths to discredit people who were at the January 6th hearings. The girl who was his chief of staff. Yeah. And he's saying, I think I've seen her like twice. And, she's just some young girl, obviously trying to make a name for herself. But, she's a nobody. And it's like, she's your chief of staff's secretary. Right. And she is 10 feet away from the Oval Office. Don't say she doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, and then his little thing where he's like, oh, I don't even know who this girl is, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And, and then when she wanted to go with me and be my staff, I personally turned her down. It's like, well, then you know who she is, idiot.
Well, yeah, it's just, it's just so aggravating. But there's so much fucking ugliness going on right now. Really, and I'm talking everywhere. Even Copenhagen had a mass shooting a couple days ago.
Copenhagen?
Yes.
Like Norway type Copenhagen?
Because isn't it Denmark?
Probably, yes, probably. I don't know. But it's fucking insane.
Yeah, it is. And it's so anyway, yeah, chub bugs, why does everybody have to be so greedy and mean? Can't just people be kind and happy for what they have?
Right. Apparently not.
No, they can't, but yeah.
So my chub hugs, there were more than a dozen mass shootings this weekend, the July 4th weekend. Not only the ones that were in Highland Park, where he started shooting into the parade crowd.
Right.
Killed like a grandfather and all the, but there are 13 people that were shot in New York, 3 killed. There were in Sacramento, another one, left at least 4 injured, and I think 1 dead.
1 dead.
And then Wisconsin, 1 death and 4 injuries. Boston, Kansas City, Richmond, South Carolina, Washington, Arizona, North Carolina, and then Texas. I mean, it's ridiculous. We've had 314, I think, mass shootings to date in this year, just
Right.
this year.
Which means that we're like
That's like almost 3 a day.
3 a day. Yeah.
It's fucking insane. So that's where all my chub hugs go out. And also to Christina from Greetings from Nowhere. Her nephew, I believe, got shot
Yeah.
over the weekend. So chub hugs out to them. So all right. What we got here? All right, it's time for the news cycle. And our queer headlines: 3 Nigerian men were sentenced to death by stoning for homosexuality. One of the men sentenced was the stoning is 70 years old. So yes, makes those men feel real good about themselves to kill a 70-year-old guy. Macy Gray goes on an anti-transgender rant. Changing your parts doesn't make you a woman. Macy Gray insisted that parts and surgery don't make someone a woman, while she defined a woman as a human being with boobs. She's real smart there, I guess.
So I'm a woman?
I guess, because, honey, shake them titties.
I know. I saw them yesterday in all their glory.
I know. They were out and about. I guess in my older age, I just don't care anymore.
Well, I like the way that your skin's so alabaster that you can see like some of the veins, like the royals. The royals get that on their lovely cleavage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, look she is on her throne.
Well, oh yes, I was. But yeah, the queen is like a 10th cousin or something like that, which means you have basically 0.00000 genetic.
I don't know. I think you're in line for that throne there.
Yeah, a lot of people would have to go, and I certainly don't want that. Anyway, let's see. Macy Gray, talked about her already. UK town rallies in support of gay couple targeted with hate mail. It's 2022, for pity's sake, not 1950, even though they're UK and they don't talk like this. They are lovely lads, and they don't deserve to be treated like this. They're lovely lads, and they don't deserve to be treated like this. Anyway, but yes, that's nice that a town is actually rallying support. A gay Spider-Man is about to enter Marvel Spider-Verse. The fashion-forward, unapologetically femme hero debuts in September. Looking forward to that.
No, he debuts in comics.
Oh, in comics?
No. Is that what I think that's what that means?
It says Spider-Verse, so I don't know. I mean, I might read it, but yeah, I'm more of a on film person.
Right.
I haven't. I mean, when I read comic books as a kid, I didn't really get into the superhero ones as much. I loved them, but I didn't like reading them as much as I mean, I don't know. I had all the fucking Snoopy books, those little pocket books with Snoopy comics in it. Oh, that was my hero. Anyway, all right. Well, with that wonderful news.
Does the Queen have Macaulay Culkin's picture on her table there? No, move the other way. Move the other way. Move the other way. See the first one there?
Yeah.
Isn't that Macaulay Culkin?
You would think, but no, that's actually Prince William's oldest.
Okay.
Henry?
No, I don't know what it is, but he's next in line after
boom,
as it goes. Okay.
Anyway, all right. Well, Tom wants to talk to you about.
Well, it's been a big week of like big stuff, but the big shows. We had all these big shows come out, and then they're gone so quickly. We got the last 2 episodes of Stranger Things, which was over 4 hours long for the 2 episodes.
Yes.
Um, and it was well, I knew there was going to be a season 5, so I knew that we were going to have at least a little open ending there,
Hmm.
which we did. But I thought it was all really exciting, and it had a nice ending to this season.
Yes.
Pleasant. But there's still something brewing because
Uh,
the evil's been released. So that was fun.
mm,
Let's see. RuPaul this week, they on the All Stars. This was like the first disappointing episode for Sean and I, just because they did a little mini movie called Santa's School for Girls, and it was a playoff of back in the 70s. They had a movie called Satan's School for Girls,
mm.
and Kate Jackson was one of the stars of it. I mean,
Oh.
it was a TV movie, and it was really fun. And this one not as fun, so it was a little disappointing. But still, I mean, the show's a lot better than most things, even if it's a mediocre episode.
Mm.
Still funny. Trixie Motel this week had on Leslie Jordan, and he is tiny and furry. Oh my God. They get him in the pool without a shirt on, and I was surprised how hairy he was.
Wow.
I shouldn't be because of the way he was back in the 80s,
Right.
but it was his back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
so
see now, I've seen him on Call Me Cat where he's done almost nude scenes.
oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so I'm yeah, I've seen it.
So finished Barry season 3, super dark. The show was kind of, it was silly in the first season, then it got a little more, heavy, and then but this one was like just it was dark. It was really dark. We every episode we're like, what the fuck is going on here? Um, so let's see. Then we have Orville, which had a transgender storyline.
Oh,
Have you watched it yet?
no.
What?
No, but don't worry
Oh,
about spoilers if you need to.
okay. Well, it's dealing with the I don't know his name, the the uh, the guy who's not a Klingon but looks like he's the Klingon character,
Yes.
and his husband.
Yes.
Well, remember back last 2 seasons ago where they had the egg and the egg hatched, but it was female,
Right.
and then they altered it to a boy. Well, now the child is going, I feel different. I don't feel like a boy. Why is that? And we all know the secret. Everyone on the ship knows the secret. So
Right.
it's kind of it's a genius play on transgenderism, because in this case we know that the kid's been altered.
Right.
And so this is it's kind of like you feel like you're different, and in this case we can tell, yes, you are different, and it's I thought it was really clever the way they did it, and kind of eye-opening. If I think it'll be eye-opening for a lot of people that never really thought of it quite that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, oh yeah, sure, you think you're well, in this case the kid's absolutely right. So it was a really good episode. Let's see. On The Boys, did you see The Boys this week?
Yes.
Okay. My favorite line was when the Asian girl who's lost all her powers, and she's with Starlight, and they're in the bedroom, and she goes, well, what are you going to do about that? And she points at the bottle, the bottle of alcohol.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
He goes, oh, Kirkland brand.
Yeah.
And so we thought that was really funny because, of course, those that you don't know, Kirkland brand is a Costco.
Right.
That's their generic. But the funny thing is that just because it's Kirkland brand doesn't mean it's not like
Really good.
really good, because they're Kirkland's. They have a one that's Grey Goose, that's actually Grey Goose, and it looks like the Grey Goose bottle, and it's just repackaged Grey Goose in a Kirkland bottle at $20 less than it should, or $10 $20. I can't remember which one. And then we like the vodka, the Kirkland 12.99 bottle of vodka, and it turns out that that's like a major vodka maker here in America.
Wow.
And that bottle would cost you, we're paying $12.99. That would cost you $27 to $29. But because it's Kirkland brand, it's so that it was really funny.
It's Bortus, by the way, is the character that you
yes Bortus, thank you. I really liked the one villain that we kind of met in The Boys this week, which was the guy who could send you back into your nightmares.
Oh yeah,
that's a scary kind of.
I know, and you just stay there until you dehydrate and die.
Right.
Fuck, that's messed up.
Yeah, that was really messed up. And of course, the big secret that we find out about Soldier Boy, which we won't spoil.
Right.
And
then seeing, but this was definitely, we got several glimpses into two characters' pasts.
Yeah.
What's his name? The main bad guy there.
Butcher.
Well, good Butcher. Thank you. He's a good guy, but anyway, into his past, but also to see Noir's past and what happened and the way that they did it. It was unexpected.
Very unexpected.
But they did it well. It wasn't cheesy. It was really like, oh wow, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. The show is definitely not. It's not just this is going to be easy. We can do. They're very clever with what they do.
Yeah.
And it's not as. I'm not sure how to explain it, but it's deeper than most of these superhero kind of shows are given credit for, and I think it really delves into the psyches that we don't see done. So that's cool.
Absolutely.
Let's see. I finished. Oh no, I moved on too quickly. Let's see. Evil this week was fun. There was this on a road where there was like people kept seeing these red eyes following them when they're driving down this one particular road, and their radio would turn on itself and it would say all sorts of crazy stuff. And so the everyone's like going, okay, there's something going on here. This is bullshit. This is not demonic. And they end up finding out, some guy is controlling a drone with red eyes and trying to scare, tired truckers, basically.
Yeah.
But then we saw at least two demons on this one. So it is such a fun show. Such a fun show.
Yeah, I had a friend that watched that and finished season 1 and said, yeah, I have to take a break and go sage everything because I feel dirty now.
Well, the end of season 1 was where we first got introduced to our real demon.
Oh yeah, the one on interviewing on the couch.
Yes, and you're just like going, what are they? Okay, I am locked in here because these people are going to give me a good time. I'm going to have a fun ride with this one.
Yeah.
So let's see. Finished Umbrella Academy season 3.
Yeah.
It ends pretty well. I mean, it gives you a solid kind of ending, but it also leaves it way open to do something else. I thought at first it felt like, okay, they're not coming back.
Right. Yeah.
But I really can't see Netflix. It's like Stranger Things. Umbrella Academy is one of their big tentpole things. That's why it came out. When it came out the week before Stranger Things, because Netflix really wanted to own the holiday weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure that they did, because I know Stranger Things collapsed Netflix when it came out at midnight on Thursday. The whole system collapsed until they could get it back up, because all these people, I guess, that had Friday off, were going to watch 4 fucking hours of Stranger Things at midnight.
Yeah, I
And
actually tuned into it, and it wouldn't even load the new episodes didn't even show because it
yeah,
was
well,
messed up.
I
Yeah,
can tell you, even when we watched it on Saturday,
yeah,
it took us twice to actually get into the episode.
no.
So
Wow.
yeah, good times. Let's see, Only Murders in the Building. This is the Hulu Steve Martin Short show,
Hmm.
and this week they introduced a new character, which is the mother of the murder victim this time around, and it's Shirley MacLaine is playing it.
Oh,
So it's really nice seeing her in a role again,
mhm.
and she's always been one of my favorites. So
Yeah,
it's nice just seeing her get some work, or out. Let's say that she can work,
right,
because
right.
she's to that age that you start worrying about them. Snowflake Mountain is a new one on Netflix, and this is where they get 10 extremely spoiled, and I think they're rich kids, but Sean says they're not all rich kids. They're just these, they're all 20 somethings who refuse to do anything. They won't help around the house. They won't get a job. They
Mhm.
sleep in all day. They do nothing except just, worry their parents that they're never going to amount to anything. And one guy is just like, no, I'm just lazy. I don't want to do anything. Well, what about this? No, I'd just rather just go back to sleep, do nothing. And it's just, I remember when I was a kid, if you would have said that, there would have been a positive beating out of it.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Mhm.
And yeah, it's crazy, listening to these kids, and then they a lot of times they brought in a few of the parents on video,
Uh,
and they're like, we're doing this for you because you need to change, and it that makes the kids feel really awful that their parents don't just unconditionally love them. And it's and I mean, they do love them,
yeah.
but they're really pressing the unconditional thing
Yeah.
there, whether it's, yeah, it's horrible.
I shouldn't have to do anything, and you should still love me. Well, I do
Right.
love you, but you need to get off your ass and do something.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? You're not a child of limited, you're not a special child that has limited, is handicapped in any way. You're only handicapped by what you put on yourself.
That's a
And
great way of putting it. Yeah.
yeah. So new Baymax show that's on Disney Plus. This is the
Oh yeah.
yeah, so it's there's all the episodes have dropped. It's only like 10 episodes. They're all like 11 minutes a piece. So
Oh really?
it's just little shorts, and
Huh.
he's not a really exciting character.
What was it? There's something about, is it supposed to be like transgender or
No,
gay?
he's just a thing. He's a nurse.
Oh, that's right. He's neither. And didn't they make it? Didn't like parents have a big freak out or something over it?
No, it was his aunt. I think the main kid's aunt. It was him and his brother. And they lived with his aunt because the parents were dead because they, are on Disney,
Hmm.
and so Baymax ended up saving the day for in the movie. But now he's hanging out at the house, and like the restaurant's downstairs, and the aunt, sprains her ankle, so Baymax is going to take over the restaurant for her. And so it's just, it's 11 minutes in and out.
Okay.
Let's see. This is really fun. We're smack in the middle. Well, not in the middle. We're just starting of Christmas in July on QVC,
Yeah.
and it's so much fun watching the crap that is being made for Christmas. And I know,
Right?
I like Christmas stuff, but there's a point of when I'm paying $90 for 3 foot figurines to put around the house.
I know that, the thing that got me was we went to the holiday. So it's the, Apple Hill,
Oh yeah,
the big farm up there. I forget what it is, Hills or something, but
High
we
Hill.
yes. So we went there, and was a craft person with all these Christmas things. And when you first look at them, you're like, wow. And then you look at the price and you're like, oh my God, $60 for a wooden wreath with a few things. And you really look at it and you're like, this is some sloppy ass shit that you saw on YouTube and you did it. And now you're charging 60 bucks and people are buying it. Now,
Uh-huh.
I don't fault them for selling it. You need your money, honey. But I could go home and glue a couple squished bottle caps to a piece of board that I painted white, and I could have the same effect. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's I love they also they sell a lot of food items, but you don't get them sent to you until November, December. So you're basically buying them early, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, they have like prime rib. Okay, you're buying your prime rib, $158. Should feed, if it's sliced thin or not, it should feed 10. And I'm like, okay, no, no, no. Some of these, I mean, they had like chicken fried steaks, 8 chicken fried steaks that come with eight sourdough, no, not sourdough, buttermilk biscuits, and it's like $80. I'm not paying $80 for chicken strips, 8 chicken strips.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, not gonna happen. But their other foods, I mean, like they had Lindor balls. They had 160 Lindor balls for, I can't remember what the price. It was like $40. And
Wow.
and if you go to the Lindor shop, you pay more per ball than you do on QVC. So occasionally they have some really good deals.
Yeah.
But and it also introduced you to a lot of things that you've never heard of before too. So
Right.
but usually what I do is if I see something I like on QVC, I check on Amazon to see if it's cheaper
Uh-huh.
or a better deal. I mean,
Yes.
just different things because yeah. So it's been fun. And Big Brother starts tomorrow night. They're supposed to announce the cast today, which is bullshit. Usually they give us like a few days notice on the cast, not the day
Yeah.
before. And
Right.
then right after that is the challenge, which is, remember I watched the challenge, which is on Paramount Plus.
Right.
Well, that's with all the old people from the All Stars and
Road
all the
rules.
Road Rules and Real World. Well,
Yeah.
this is with all the people from Survivor, Amazing Race, Love Island, and I can't remember the other one. There's another one.
I've been hearing a lot of different random shows and stuff like that talking about like real world and stuff lately.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe it's become like that thing where you know,
Well, I know they have a real world. They've been doing a lot of real world reunions.
okay, well,
And
it must
so,
be it's time to like,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, because they did 1 and 2, but they skipped 3 because that was Pedro's, and it's like,
Oh,
that and Puck, Pedro and Puck. And if you can't get Puck back and Pedro is dead, it's
yeah.
like, okay, then you got the other 5 people that weren't as charismatic.
Well, yeah. I mean, Judd was so cute,
Yeah, Judd was great. He
but
was the Greg Brady of the group.
yes.
Yeah.
And then the unfortunately I can't remember her name, but the Asian woman, she was awesome too. I loved
Yeah.
those two, but other than Puck, and I don't remember any of the others, I don't think. Yeah. So are you stuck? Or am I
No,
just interrupting you too much?
no, I'm done.
Oh. Okay.
Well, except for the fact that things are going to be handled this week, if you know what I mean.
Oh, for your girls?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
I want them to know
right.
that they're
Although they saw the other two go.
Oh, poor things. Well, that's good. You'll have a whole new harvest. All right. Well, then I guess it's on to me. And yes, I did see Stranger Things, and I watched both episodes back to back. I like that they gave you a little bit of closure, even though they left it open. And I didn't even know that there was already going to be a season 5. But when you watch the end of the episode, you're like, Oh, yeah, they're gonna have a season 5. So here's my thing about it. I just thought it was a fun ride. I kind of turned off my mind and the, you know, all the science behind everything and just let it ride. It was all good. Um, so the character, I forget his name, but the one character who's like obviously gay and pining over Mike,
Yeah.
and 11 loves Mike. And I look at Mike and I'm like, and they're like, "Oh, Mike, you're the heart of the group." And I'm like, "Really? Is he really?" Because he's kind of a great big dork. So anyway, I just didn't really get why they're pining after him, that character, so much. But I like the way that they're developing everything and the. Well, I don't want to give away any spoilers because it's still fresh. So
Right.
it was really, really good. The Boys episode 7. I did. Yeah, the whole octopus thing kind of. But yeah, no spoilers there.
Well, it's they met at the thing last week. So
Orgasm. Yeah.
yeah. So
But
anybody that's watched episode 6 kind of gets an idea what's going on.
yeah.
But I was thinking about that, that that probably would be a really good blowjob though.
I guess as long as they didn't ink you. But yeah, that's interesting. But the rest of it, I just think it's really good. I'm enjoying every episode. I love that there's tons of man butt in it. They finally like get that women and queers are a big part of your audience, and we want to see some fun too, not just titties bouncing around all over the
See,
place.
it's the old Broadway thing.
Yeah,
Make make the shows for people who are actually watching the shows.
exactly. And I think that a lot of sci-fi is finally understanding that queers love sci-fi.
Well, I mean, Star Trek was driven on gay people for years.
Yeah,
I mean, why do you think those Star Trek festivals were so popular? Because all the gays got to dress up and go there.
yeah,
I
it's
remember,
true.
I mean, I only went to one, but it was very early on and it was super gay.
Yeah,
Super.
yeah. Most of them are. I mean, just look at some of the friends that we know that go to those. I mean, gay,
Right.
gay, gay. So, so that's fun. I did finish Queer as Folk. Uh, it, it, it was fine. I think I said last week the thing that was tripping me up the most, I think, was kind of the name and expecting it to be, uh, you know,
A reboot.
yeah, a reboot or something. But once I kind of let that go, because, and I think I may have said this last week too, Queer as Folk for our generation was super important. But no, I think I talked about that on my other show. So Queer as Folk for our generation was super important because it really reflected us. And I don't care how many times those queens were like, "Oh, I don't see anybody that reflects me because I'm not like those fags that just fucking whatever." That was all bullshit because I knew every single one of those characters. We
Oh
all
yeah.
did.
Yeah. I mean, some were a little more severe, but
Mhm.
if you weren't feeling, was it Michael was the
The normal one, yeah.
okay, and who was his best friend?
Brian, the
Brian.
slut, yeah.
You might not know a Brian, but you knew the other all the other characters.
Uh-huh.
Brian was very severe, but the other characters you knew the young twink that shows up and everyone wants to fuck him, and
Hmm.
then the two guys that don't get laid very often, but they end up being bears.
And the
And
judgmental lesbians.
right, yeah. So yeah, the characters were very real to me.
Yeah, yeah. And so, I mean, it was an important show for its time, for its audience, for us to see. And it broke a lot of ground, and it was as raw as it could be for that time, which was far more out there than anything that we had seen. I mean, it really pushed boundaries as far as where we were at that point in television and broadcasting and stuff. So that was great. This one I think is perfect for the generations that the younger generations that we have now. I think it much more it gives them a reflection of where they're at and who they are and the things that they face. And for that, it's great. I cried a couple times. I think that the first episode was just rough as fuck. I had a hard time getting through it. But once it finally kicked in, it was really good. And they checked every diversity box. One of my complaints, and this may be a spoiler, but it's been out for a month now, so is that at the end of the 2 episodes, skip ahead if you don't want to hear this, do it now. Okay, so at the end, the last 2 episodes, it was like one of the writers said, "Oh, we forgot to put in an HIV character." So they made the young one, the 18-year-old, the guy that just turned 18, go to a clinic and become, oh, I'm positive, and oh, I'm on meds. So the two of the things that bothered me was, one, there was no seroconversion, there was no sickness, there was nothing to tip him off, and then suddenly he's diagnosed, and then his whole thing is, oh, I'm on meds, but I didn't eat today, so therefore I'm throwing up and bitter. And that was it. And then the mother, was all just like, Juliette Lewis, who was really good in her role. And then Samantha turns lesbian. You know who Samantha I'm talking about? Okay, so Kim Cattrall was in it. Kim Cattrall was the main character's mother. And she ended up being, anyway, twisted around, just in case you want to see it. I won't give away too much, but yeah, she ended up having sex with the mother of her grandchildren, basically, in a bathroom, and who is a transgender female to male. And the next day, Kim Cattrall's character invites all of her friends, high cocktail society party, to her house and says, "I'm divorcing my husband and I'm a lesbian." And then this huge pride flag drops in the background. And I'm like, okay, this is just, it's silly, it's fun, it's corny, and yet it's real and it's beautiful. And there are characters you will absolutely hate, and there are characters you'll absolutely love. It's all across the board, but I recommend it. Especially if you're a younger viewer, I totally recommend it for you. I think you'll love it. And I was expecting them to have a lot of race baiting in this, especially toward, kind of the older white cisgender gay. Hardly any at all. And there were lots of representation of different characters as you went on. So decent show. I would watch a season 2. All right, then I wanted to go see Tom Ellis's butt, so I watched some Lucifer. I finished season 5 finally. I've been putting it off. Started season 6, top of season 6. I love the characters in it, but I'm really tired of the storyline. So I tried to watch the Foresight Saga season 1. I got through half of episode 1 and turned it off. It's from 2002, and it's just kind of bad. And then since yesterday was Independence Day, after we got home from our pool party, I watched Independence Day. I have not seen it in years and years, and it was not as epically done as I remember it, because I saw it in the theater, and I just thought it was one of the most brilliantly put together movies. It was just amazing. And watching it yesterday, it was kind of short and clipped, and I don't know, it was just different. And then I watched Quantum of Solace, which is a James Bond movie, probably the one before the new one, which I liked. This one didn't really give a shit about. I kind of half-ass watched it because
Well,
whatever.
I just think that James Bonds, you either are into the James Bonds or you're not,
Yeah.
and in their day, they were big and they were, they were these huge shows.
Mhm.
And now they're just kind of, I mean, it's like watching Fast and Furious, I can watch better car chases than Fast and Furious.
Right, yeah. And I like, and I do sometimes. I'm just in the mood for a John Wick or just go, shoot him up. Okay, let's go on a wild chase, and that's what the last James Bond kind of was. It was just kind of a lot of action. And when I remember the old ones, it was a lot of hanging around, posing. Eh. So, but yeah, last night's I kind of didn't care.
Yeah.
So, but it was good to see Judi Dench. I always love her. So, all right. We want to remind you to be loud, be proud, be too much, and to be you. Fat Marker Clothing wants those of you who have been told that you are too much something. Turn those negatives into positives. And Chubs listeners, you can do that by using the code FMWILDCHUB to get 20% off when ordering over at fatmarkerclothing.com. And if you go over there this month and you order yourself a little something, or maybe you order a little something for a friend or a podcaster, tell us about it. Send us a little note saying that you ordered something, and we'll give you a little shout out on the show. And also a big shout out to Julian over at Fat Marker. He and Jason have been just getting accolades and fun stuff and doing all sorts of pride stuff and everything left and right. And it's really great to see them get a lot of success. All right, well, let's do some advice here. I just got engaged to the sweetest, most unique, most amazing man in the world. We're both pretty shy, so we plan to elope rather than dragging our families through a huge, cringy circus of a wedding. My parents have never liked Gray for me, solely because he's a talented but fairly niche comedian or musician who doesn't make much money from it. They're always after me to either dump him or pressure him to get a real job. They have no idea Gray is the only child of a high-level executive and stands to inherit gazillions. He has a rocky relationship with his parents when he was younger, but now that he's with somebody that they like, and we hope to give them grandchildren, that's all in the past. Should I tell my parents the truth? My concern is that it will get out to the rest of my family, who range from middle class to struggling, and will be plagued with pleas for money. Gray has a trust fund that allows us to live comfortably, but can't subsidize my whole extended family. Or should I just continue to let my parents complain about him when I quit my job to raise our kids? What do I say when they suspect he's selling drugs or something? Signed, not gazillionaires yet.
Ew.
I say, let him bitch.
Yeah, well, it's just, well, the whole thing, first of all, I don't know who I dislike more, the parents or the person who's just counting up their money before, counting the eggs before they're hatched. It's
Yeah.
just, it's kind of like, ew, come on, people.
Mhm.
You can tell all you have to do is say, Grace's parents aren't, they've got money.
Yeah.
I'd say he's got money and he's got a, what do you call that? What do you say? A trust fund, and leave it at that. And have, what, you're not going to get the rest of the family asking for money. You're not, first of all, you're not even married. This isn't like you just won the lottery yet. So it's just,
certainly
I don't know.
did.
It sounds like bragging to me is, I think, what bothers me. It's just whoever, not a gazillionaire yet, is bragging about how great everything is. And should I tell my parents how wealthy I'm going to be, or should I just wait and spring it on when it happens?
Yeah.
Ew.
I say let them go off all the time about, oh my god, I can't believe you're with blah blah blah, and then when it happens, just be rich. It's none of their fucking business.
Ew, you're making it sound like this person is, I don't know. It's just, why even bother writing this? This doesn't need to be written.
Oh, come now.
This sounds like one of those fake ones.
Really? I don't
Well,
know.
who's going to write a Miss Manners type letter to somebody going, "How do I deal with my poor parents who think the guy I'm dating is a bum, but he's really rich?" How is that? Why would somebody have to? If he's really rich, you don't have to worry about anything, right? So why are you bothering mailing a letter to somebody? I said mailing.
Well, yeah, right. Well,
Email.
should I tell them now that I'm going to be super uber duper rich? I don't want them to come with a begging bowl in their hand to me, because some of them are middle class, and some of them are struggling. Oh dear.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but seriously, my advice would be don't say anything and then just smile and nod when you get that inheritance.
No, it's
But
smiling.
don't count your chickens before they're hatched too, because that inheritance could go away.
Okay.
Saying. All right, here's what Dear Prudy had to say over at slate.com. Go check them out, get a subscription, send her a letter if you so desire. Dear not gazillionaires yet, your parents need to accept your fiance because you love him. Full stop. They may not like your relationship. They may have concerns about your financial stability. They may be doing all of this for your own good, but at a certain point, they need to keep their opinions to themselves. And that point is now. Have a conversation with them where you assert a boundary. Perhaps use the occasion of your engagement as a restarting point. You have chosen to be with Bray, and while you appreciate their concern, you need them to stop encouraging you to break up with him and commenting on his job. Tell them that they need to trust you to have your own finances well in hand. Revealing Gray's trust fund isn't necessarily here because you and your parents first need to establish your own trust. Ooh. Oh, probably like trust, not trust. Oh well. Yawn. Moving on. So, fuck that. Hey, Chubs, what lube do you use?
I don't know, the clear kind.
Okay, that works. There's some that isn't clear, so
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Whatever the clinic gives me. So, all right. Hey Chubs, are you glad you're gay?
Well, really, because I never wanted children.
Mhm.
So this just works out really easy for that, and for the most part, most gays don't want kids.
Thankfully.
Yeah. And so that's nice. So I only have like a couple friends, one maybe that has children that I have to, deal with, but and that's grown up. So that was always the big thing for me. It's like a big, like when people go, "Oh, are you interested in so and so?" No, they want children. That was like a definitely in relationship kind of thing.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
say, "Yeah, I want to have 3 or 4 kids." It's like, well, you send pictures when you find somebody that'll do that for
Yeah.
you.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Not. Okay. Well then, Tom, take a guess. How many fires are started each year from fireworks?
Where?
I'm going for the U.S.
10,000.
Higher. Okay. Fire, fireworks start an average of 18,500 fires each year, including 1,300 structure fires, 300 vehicle fires, and 17,000 other fires. It's insane. All right. Well, let's move on into something very, very fun and is going to make me very, very hungry and have to eat something when we're done.
Oh my God.
This,
Even that salad looks good.
I know, is from Mr. Moose. He went to Chicago. They had that shooting there. I hope he's okay. Anyway, all right. Here is all the stuff that he has sent in. Carrot cake. Another carrot cake. This even better than the last.
Wait, what's the first one? The first one's is a
Carrot
little
cake.
pot pie.
These are probably out of order because of the way the pictures dropped in. So I'm going to read them and you look through the pictures and match them all up.
Okay, I see the carrot cake. That's number 3.
Okay. And listeners, you can follow along. Just go over to Chubs Gone Wild on Facebook and all the pictures are there. And you need to see them.
Oh, and there's another carrot cake, number 6.
Yes, and that one was even better than the last.
Yeah.
Chicken.
It looks less. The first one looked drier. This one looks much moister.
Yes, moist. Chicken and avocado salad with toasted almonds and balsamic vinaigrette.
And that's it? Just the...
Mhm.
Okay. Because that sounds like the first one, but I want to know what that little pot pie thing is.
Oh,
Okay.
you'll see shortly.
Okay.
Let's see, our lunch restaurant was the Walnut Room. It dates back to the late 1800s. Really good food.
That's number 4.
Yeah. Chocolate brownie sundae with vanilla ice cream.
Number 2 is
Oh.
chocolate brownie sundae.
Yummy. Chicken pot pie, creamy sauce, chicken chunks, peas and corn with a flaky top crust, side salad, mixed greens, orange, toasted almond, and vinaigrette.
Yeah, that looks really good. That one looks
Does.
really good.
That pot pie is beautiful. More Chinese food, Hunan chicken. They cut back on those pesky vegetables and gave extra chicken. Whoa.
That's number 11.
Okay. Hopefully that doesn't interrupt our recording. All right.
What?
Somebody just signed into our Zoom. So
They did?
yeah. Anyway, let's see if we can finish this up and hopefully get
Okay, go ahead.
So chicken empanadas with a dipping sauce.
Yum.
Celebrating the 4th in Chicago, stopped into a restaurant for lunch, but only ordered key lime pie. That looks beautiful.
Okay, the empanadas was 10. The key lime pie is 9, and it's just gorgeous.
And then we have homemade ziti, meatball,
Okay, that's number 8.
and sauce. And
Looks
then,
good.
not very hungry, so when I went to IHOP, fully expecting to order a turkey sandwich, but the calorie count for the sandwich and fries was 1,100 calories. I thought about the T-bone steak at 700 calories, including mashed potatoes and broccoli. Oh, it was a better option. Might I suggest one never order a steak at IHOP? Thin piece of meat that was unappetizingly gray. At
7.
least it was rare, like I ordered.
Yeah, I'm glad because it looks just awful.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I thought it was a pork chop. Because pork chops will be more of a grayer because they're more of a white meat and with some browning on it. But that's a steak.
Right.
Yikes.
Let's see. So that brings us to our closing. Send us an email at chubsgonewild@gmail.com. Leave us a comment at chubsgonewild.com. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/chubsgonewild. Watch our videos on YouTube. Just go over there and look up Chubs Gone Wild. And please consider becoming a patron of the show. Patreon.com/Burlingame. Find Tom's movie and TV reviews over at Swanner and Judd for their podcasts in iTunes or on iHeartRadio. Find out more about my books at justkisstheguy.com and check out my other podcast at biggaysexshow.com. And give us a call at
408-69 Chubs.
Yes, and we need a call. We haven't had a call in a while. Somebody call. Somebody calling.
And thank you, Moose, for those pictures. That was great. So many.
Oh,
beautiful. So hungry now. So hungry.
And if you want to send us what's in your lunchbox, just send it to just send it to chubsgonewild@gmail.com and we will get it and stick it in our lunchbox.
Yum.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. And we hope that you had a wonderful 4th of July weekend. And we will talk to you later. Bye. Bye.